Hello and welcome student to this video. In this video I'm going to share with you the ultimate roadmap of web development in 2025, and this roadmap will help you in landing job. I'm pretty sure if you learn this tech and the things which I'm sharing with you, then I'm guaranteeing that you will must land your job. So let me show you what is this ultimate roadmap of web development in 2025. Actually, this roadmap showing you different tags with different requirements, and also I'm starting from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and Node.js along with Next.js. And if you learn this tag and what are the requirements for this, you will become a good developer in 2025. Now let me start from the beginning how this roadmap is. First, if you are very beginner, then you will have to start from HTML. And what you should learn in HTML in 2025. Here you will have to first know that why we are using HTML in web development. Then you will have to cover the topic of some basic tags just like BR tag, HR video, audio, image tags, paragraph, heading tags, 1 to 6, and also then go to lists, and these lists contain order list and order list. And after this you will have to go to form, and this form includes input, label, text area, button, etc. And after completing the form you will have to go to table, and this table contain the table body, table head, table heading, table row, etc. After learning this you will have good knowledge in HTML, and this knowledge can be achieved in just 5 to 6 days or 7. Then you will have to jump to CSS, and CSS may take little bit more time. First, what to know in CSS? First you will have to know the CSS, why we are using CSS in web development. Then you will have to know the rule set of CSS. After this you will jump into color, and the color is named color, hexadecimal, and RGB or RGBA. After this you will have to jump into background. One is background color and the other is background image. After this you will have to learn some properties about font in CSS. After this you will have to learn some text properties just like center, etc. After this you will have to learn about display. Display is the most key topic of CSS. If you learn flicks and grid, I'm guarantee that you learn 80% of CSS. Then block, inline block, none. And in flicks you will have to learn some other property just like justify content, align items, and gap, etc. and flicks a call, etc. After this in grid you will have to learn about columns. After this you will have to learn about the position in CSS. Position are actually absolute, relative, fixed, static, sticky, etc. After this you will have to learn about the media queries for responsive development, and you will have to build 2 or 3 projects in CSS to make sure that now you are good in CSS. You can clone e-commerce website or social media project. Then let's jump into JavaScript and what JavaScript is including actually. First, you will have to learn about JavaScript, that what is JavaScript and why we are using JavaScript in web development. Then you will have to jump into variables, and variable of 3 types in JavaScript are let, var, and const. After this, you will have to learn about the data types in JavaScript, which are primitive and non-primitive, and the primitive including string, number, boolean, and the non-primitive actually object and array. After this you will have to jump into loops, and the loops are for and while. And also after this you will have to learn about condition, if else, ternary operators, and the switch statement. Now after this you will have to learn about the function in JavaScript. After learning about function in JavaScript you will have to jump into the DOM, and you should to learn about the manipulating of DOM and why we are using DOM in JavaScript. After this you will have to learn about the date property. If when you learn about date property, then you will have to jump into the asynchronous JavaScript, just like set timeout, set interval, async await, then catch. Actually, it is the premise part of JavaScript. After this, you will have to learn about the fetch API. It is the key feature of JavaScript fetch API, which are helping us in fetching the data from the server side. Once you learn this JavaScript, then you will have to build some project in this. After building the project, you will have to jump into React.js. Actually, React is the most demanded framework library in 2025. Almost 43 point some websites are running on React.js. So first you will have to learn about the React.js and why we are using React.js. Actually, we are creating a single page application with the help of React.js. So after this you will have to learn about component in React.js. What is component in React.js? After learning this, you will have to jump into JSX, and JSX are as JavaScript XML which are using in React. Actually, we can write HTML in JavaScript. After this, you will have to learn about styling in React and Tailwind CSS, which is a good and famous popular framework of CSS in 2025. After this, you will have to learn about props. After learning the props, you will jump into the big concept of hooks, which are the predefined function for managing the states, etc. in React.js. First, you will have to learn about the use state, use effect, and use ref. After learning this concept, you will have to learn the other API or hook in React.js, which is called context API. Actually, we can also call it a hook or API, and it is avoiding the props dealing, and you will learn what is props dealing. After this, you will have to learn something other in React.js, which is called React Router DOM, which providing us the routing in React.js. Once you learn these things, now for optimization part, we are going to learn about use memo and lazy loading. Once you learn these things, now jump into the advanced, and in advanced you will have to learn the Redux toolkit, Chakra UI, and the stand. Once you learn these things in React.js, make sure that you build some project on this knowledge. Once you build 2 to 3 projects, now let's jump into the another technology, and this technology is called Node.js, and this is used for the backend. What you will learn in Node.js? First, you will have to learn about what is Node.js and why we are using Node.js. Once you learn this, you will have to learn the basic of Node.js. Package manager, which is called npm, and why is npm we are using in Node.js. After this, you will have to learn some pre-built function in Node.js, which is called node modules, and these are http, fs, os, etc. After learning this, you will have to jump into Express, and in Express, first you will have to learn about the server, how to create simple server with Express. After this, you will have to learn about some methods, which are get post, delete, put, and patch. And these get are in these methods. You will have also to learn about the dynamic routes. Once you cover these things, you will have to jump into middlewares, and once you learn middleware, you will have to learn what is MVC architecture in Express. Then you will have to learn about MongoDB, which is a database, and you will have to learn about something insertion, how we are inserting data into database. After this, you will have to learn about the schema and modeling in MongoDB with Node.js or Express. After this, you will have to learn the CRUD operation, how we can create, read, update, and data with MongoDB in Node.js or Express. These were all about Node.js or Express learning in 2025. Then you will have to jump into, make sure that you create some full stack web application with the help of React and MongoDB and Node.js. After creating, you will have to jump into Next.js, as it is the production framework for React.js. It is built on the knowledge of React.js, but there is some changes just like routing etc. First you will have to learn the basic of Next.js, just like routing, layout and up router. After this you will have to learn about the server. Actually we can also create backend API with the help of Next.js. So learn about API routes and also server action. After this, if you learn this, you will have to learn about the clients and use clients. And you can use function and hooks in the client. So this was the ultimate roadmap for web development in 2025, which can help you in landing the job if you learn all these things which I told you, and make sure that research by self further. It's my perspective, but inshallah you can get job by doing this everything. Keep me in your prayer. I will meet you in other video. Goodbye.